Says I'm live. We'll see. We'll see. Let me do this. Let's do this intro again. Hey, what is going on, crypto people? I'm trying to remember some stuff with a new laptop. I don't know. I think we're good. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I appreciate your patience as I mumble and stumble through some stuff. Trying to remember back in my old days what I did for my live streams, but hopefully this is working. Look, a lot of interesting stuff going on right now in the community. Warren Davidson ain't messing around. Apparently, he's doubling down on this disdain, if you will, for the CBDC. And I don't think it's Ripple, the company, that he's saying is evil. We'll listen to the video again, and you guys can kind of let me know. But I don't think that's what he said. But in any case, we'll go through it. We'll listen to Crypto Eddie's. She did the kind of the retake on it. We'll listen to her video again and see. Keyless is in the building. How are you, miss? Hey, what is going on, crypto people? I'm trying to remember some. So anyway, so there that is. We'll see how it goes. Let me see something. If I go full screen here, I feel like if I go full screen, if I full screen here and I can still see the chat, like what's the difference? Let me see. Full screen. I feel like that's. I feel like that's still good. I don't know. I think that's still good. What's going on, guys? So look, we'll get into that a little bit. I found some sleepers, some I think potential 20, 40, 50, 100x digital assets. We'll see. And I'm just going to ask the community, what do you think? Should we go on in the project, Keyless, or should we go in on the Launchpad tokens? Should we go in on the tokens using the Launchpad, or the projects and their respective tokens using the Launchpad, or should we go in on the Launchpad tokens? We got to talk about it. We're going to get into that. And oh, by the way, Little Miss Crypto C said, why are you using your laptop from this direction over there where I used to do it? That's not a good background, she said. She said, that's not a good background, Dad. You should be doing your things from there or from another direction. So let me know what you think. Was Little Miss Crypto C's right or what? Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on with that. I don't know. Is she right? Let me know what you think. Look, we're going to go over the market because the market is just doing what the market does. The numbers are brutal. It's just sideways movement, just brutal. So anyway, I'm going to share a couple of, I don't know, these are gaming projects, if you will, that are trying to take Web 2 to Web 3, right? Trying to evolve from Web 2 to Web 3 in gaming. Couple of interesting projects that I came across. And I believe both are on Polygon, besides other networks, but they're on Polygon. And I don't know. But maybe it's the Launchpad tokens that are really the play. IDOs are really, really popular. IDOs are popular. So we got some potential 40 to 50x if they get back to previous all-time highs. Or that's with the Launchpad tokens. Or do we go with the tokens launching or projects launching and try to get on these IDOs? The challenge with trying to get in on the IDOs is if you're in the US, you're not welcome. If you're in the US, you are not welcome on these IDOs. That's the problem. Oh, guys, do me a favor. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear or not. Please let me know. Kayla says, girls are always better at aesthetics. Ha ha. I think it will be fine anywhere, but definitely this is a good, clear background. LOL. Oh, love it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Kayla. Appreciate it. And you're right about that. Girls are always better. Always better. Without question. So that's kind of where it is right there. I'm thinking, do we go with the launchpad tokens or do we go with the projects launching on the launch pads and their IDOs? Challenge again, a lot of US people can't participate in these IDOs. Like, we cannot participate in the IDOs, and they're taking it even to a next level. And they're saying, if you're anyone trying to use a VPN, you could be in a non-US country and you're still trying to use a VPN to keep your privacy, if you will. They won't let you do it. So even if you're in Australia, you can't use a VPN to participate in the IDO. They're even taking it to that kind of level. And these launch pads are doing KYCs, like next level KYCs. So we'll get into it. We'll share some stuff with you guys. A couple of gaming projects, if you will, play to earn, that I kind of got excited about. One was PlayThat. We'll talk about PlayThat. And the other one was Ghost. What was it? Ghost for something. Now I can't even remember what it was. Oh, Galaxy Fight Club, GFC. So I guess we'll talk about that too. See what's good. It's good to see you guys. It is definitely good to see. I gotta do this pretty quick. Miss Crypto Caesar's working on a project, and now she is working out, and she's like, well, what about dinner? Like, what about dinner? So anyway, I'm gonna try and do this quickly as possible. So tell me, guys, what is your guys' take on Warren Davidson? It feels like, obviously, it feels like the community is taking this as a personal, affront, if you will, personal attack on Ripple and the digital asset XRP from Warren Davidson. What do you think? What do you think about that? I don't know. When I listened to the Twitter Spaces, I didn't get that from him. Oh, gotcha. Keela says, I'm very detached from crypto right now. Yeah, I know. It's tough. I just keep my ears open for major things. Otherwise, real life is taking over and haven't had the time to stay on top of things. Yeah, I hear you. So Warren Davidson said that he was in a Twitter Spaces recently, and he brought up Ripple and CBDCs, and he brought up the fact that he personally did not like the fact that Ripple was, taking this lead on the CBDC front. But the unfortunate thing is he brought up XRP as though Ripple was using CBDCs as a way to be able to leverage XRP in terms of, in Ripple's game plan or business model to introduce companies or projects to the XRP ledger. So, I don't know. I'll let you guys listen to it, and you guys can kind of tell me what you think about it. Let's get into it. Let's get into the market real quick. Share these numbers. Nothing too great going on there. If I do desktop, let's do that. And share some of the numbers. Yes, this is one of the tokens I was looking at. Project token, DQBate. Don't know where they got that name from, but let's refresh. Go over these numbers real quick. And let's listen to this video. So then I'm sharing these projects. Should have been prepared. Come on, let's go. I guess it's the internet. All right, total cryptocurrency market cap is 1.22 trillion. Yeah. Bitcoin dominance is 46.9%. Yeah. Bitcoin's trading at $29,412. Ethereum is trading at $1,844, and XRP is trading at 63 cents. Not much change, right? Just not much change. Shiba Inu, I'm out of it. It's up 14%. People are expecting it to go down a couple of zeros, to erase a couple of zeros. I didn't know that Shiba had some other thing going on, but besides Shibarium, some other stuff. But I took my 3 to 4x on SHIB and I was out. I'm happy with that. But yeah, so that's the market, right? It's just kind of doing what it's doing. Let's listen to Crypto Eddie's video. Let's listen to her video because I don't know. I did not get that from her, but let's take a look at it. From him, rather, I should say.
And the creepy thing that I don't like about Ripple personally is that they're helping governments develop central bank digital currencies, which is evil. People can do for you. And the creepy thing that I don't like about Ripple personally is that they're helping governments develop central bank digital currencies, which is evil. But that's part of the pitch that they're doing, right? So that's why it does look like, well, it looks like a certain amount of control being exerted by Ripple over how XRP can even function as a token within what Ripple's really trying to develop for the institutional investor. So the pitch deck really was different for them. And, you know, that made sense to me.
Let's listen to it again.
Here's what we, Ripple, can do for you. And the creepy thing that I don't like about Ripple personally is that they're helping governments develop central bank digital currencies, which is evil. But that's part of the pitch that they're doing, right? So that's why it does look like, well, it looks like a certain amount of control being exerted by Ripple over how XRP can even function as a token within what Ripple's really trying to develop for the institutional investor. So the pitch deck really was different for them.
Yeah, so, and then I feel like, and I did a video on this. I'm going to share the video. Where are we at? Let's go Warren Davidson. And then he did a couple of tweets kind of like saying, that's not really what I'm doing. Let me see here. Warren Davidson. Right? He did this other video. Come on already. What's going on here? He did some other tweets. There he is. Let's see here. Here's a couple of stuff here. And I want to 10 hours ago, this is what he said. Don't hurt people. Don't take their stuff. To seamlessly violate these principles. Central bank digital currency is being studied, developed, and implemented. CBDC is an evil tool that corrupts money into a tool for coercion and control. To make my opposition crystal clear and unequivocally universal, I am working on legislation to criminalize designing, building, testing, developing, or establishing a CBDC. To make my opposition crystal clear and unequivocally universal, I am working on legislation to criminalize designing, building, testing, developing, or establishing a CBDC. I did a video about this, you know, my little point of contention with Ripple and CBDCs. And I did a video talking about months ago. I did a video in addition to the one I did a couple of days ago. Is Ripple for us or against us? And I just always knew that there was going to be this thing that was going to come to the, you know, the front of the room in reference to Ripple and their CBDC. And lo and behold, it's here. Central bank digital currency poses a serious threat to all digital assets. As I said at the flyover fintech, many people wrongly conflate even Bitcoin with CBDC. At least most agree that CBDC is evil, the financial equivalent of the Death Star. Don't become an accomplice to anyone designing, building, testing, developing, or establishing CBDCs. Banning CBDC is essential to America's fintech future. Tokenized assets are not the problem. It's the people, entities, including, listen to this, including the Federal Reserve, Ripple consensus, and influencers are actively working on CBDC projects. So this really proves my point. Let me go try and find my video about this, right? And this really does prove my point. Let me see if I can find it. Where can I go? Yeah, let's go here. And this is what, because people were kind of getting defensive about the company Ripple. They were getting defensive about why aren't you saying things about Ethereum, right? They were saying, they were kind of bringing that up. And I was like, I'm not sure that's what he was doing. Let me see if I can't find my video. Now, I did this video. It was like a drive time video. See if I can find it. Those are shorts. No one wants the US dollar anymore. It's just shorts. Congressman Davidson calls out. Yeah, it's right here. Is that the one? Yeah. Congressman Davidson calls out Ripple for its involvement with CBDCs. Right. And I mentioned here that this was kind of like my one contention, if you will, with Ripple. Right. Because I just felt like this was going to come to the forefront. It was going to be front and center for people. Right. And you guys know I did a video. Is Ripple for us or against us? Right. I did a video for that as well. That probably will take a while to find. But I did one on that one as well. Right. Here's the thing, right? There people are saying that. Let me stop the share here real quick. And people are saying kind of some different things, right? So I'm hearing from, content creators in the community are saying that Davidson got it all wrong. And I just, from listening to, this is about my 10th to 12th time listening to his little 30 seconds of what he says. And I don't think that he says that Ripple is evil. He says he does the thing that he doesn't like about Ripple. Right. So he doesn't like the fact that Ripple is doing something. I don't think he said that Ripple is evil. I know two, content creators are saying that he said Ripple is evil. I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's accurate. I don't think he said that. I don't think he said that. I think he said that CBDCs are evil. I think that's what he said. Now, people were saying, well, why don't you call out other blockchains who are doing CBDCs, Cosmos, Ethereum, right? Now, he probably doesn't know about Cosmos doing CBDC. Probably doesn't know. But surely he would know that if Ethereum was doing it, CBDCs, right? And I just showed you the thread where he called out consensus. He put, in terms of CBDCs, he put the Federal Reserve, the company Ripple, and the company consensus in one bucket. So he did call out Ethereum. Now, I don't think that it's accurate to say a CBDC and then take a digital assets white paper and say this is what the CBDC is, something that was originally thought of from a white paper. I don't think that's correct. Like, I don't think that's correct. So you think about the first white paper and you try to put them together with the CBDC. I don't think that's correct. And the reason why I don't think that is correct, because I don't believe a CBDC to be a crypto. Right? And you guys have been following me in this channel. You know, I've kind of had my own personal views on CBDCs. I don't want a CBDC. I don't want anything to do with a CBDC. I don't believe for 1 second that if it's a true CBDC, in other words, a central bank digital currency, why would I trust that ever, forever, ever? Right? Number one, it's not a crypto. And I'm going to share proof with you of a major Ripple partner saying that a CBDC is not a crypto. Right? It's not a crypto, right? So I would rather have a stable coin personally, other than a CBDC. And I just, from my experience in the United States government for decades and decades and decades, the notion that they will do it right, I think is naive. Like, I think that's naive. I think how we discovered that from Vitalik, that layer 2s have a back door to them. I think a CBDC will have a back door to it, because ultimately, if it is a government thing, if it is centrally organized in a government, they're going to have a plan B to something that they don't like. Whatever it is that they might not like, they're going to have a plan B. They're going to have a back door to stop it, change it, put something else new in it, program it the way they want to program. Yeah. And so the challenge for me, and I agree with Warren Davidson, I agree 100% with Warren Davidson, is because of it, that it's not a digital asset, right? It's not a digital, Ripple is not building, right, these CBDCs. It's going to be a private thing. It's going to be a private thing. Right? Now, let me know, Crypto Eddie, if you're listening, are the CBDCs going to be open? We can see what they're doing with them. Or is it private ledgers run by governments? That's what it feels like to me. What's going on, Darcy? Got some people checking. Let me say, hey, Crawfish is in the building. What's good, bro? Yeah. I don't think we should crucify the maker of a tool that can be used for evil, like guns, for example. We just need to mitigate the works of the evildoers, right? And so that was my video was about, Keyless. And that's a great point, right? That's a great point, because I said in that video, I said, well, Ripple is going to say, Ripple, the company, is going to say, well, we didn't program the CBDC. We provided the infrastructure for the CBDC. That's what they're going to say. And they're going to say that they're a for-profit company, right? And this is my challenge, right? This is a challenge with a company that's for-profit, that has shareholders, and is, especially not so much today, but in the early beginnings, had the foot on the pedal and steering wheel in the direction of open source technology and the native asset in that technology. Ripple had the foot on the pedal and had two hands on the steering wheel in the beginning. And they still got their hands on the steering wheel today in terms of the direction of the XRPL. You could talk validators. I know people want to talk to validators, right? People want to talk to validators, but what the up until what, the last 2, maybe 3 years? Has that changed in terms of Ripple, the company, and the validators? That's just recent in terms of owning the majority of the validators, right? You got developers calling out the XRPL, I don't know if it's the foundation or wherever you got to get your amendments and stuff approved, got them calling them out on it. So that was kind of my thing. So when I saw, the entertaining content creators saying that he said that Ripple was evil, because if A says it, B is going to say it. So I expected that, but I didn't expect other content creators to join in on that, right? And so here's what I'll say. I think it is misguided to remotely think that a government is going to think what's the best for its people when it comes to a form of money. I don't believe that 100%. Not even in the US. Not even in the US, I don't think that. Now, we got Congress and we got people who can get Congress people voted out if they don't do what we want. But ultimately, we have backdoors today, right? They're called the 3-letter alphabets, right? The three-letter alphabets are the back door. That's the back door to policies. That's the back door to monetary, fiscal, pick a policy. Those are the back doors. You think Ethereum's layer 2 have back doors? We got some back doors, baby. If they're not happy about a certain thing, there it is. They did, right? Pick up the phone, got the red phone, pick one of the 3 letters and change some stuff. Back doors, baby. That's what it is. So I am with Warren Davidson because I think I think you cannot trust any central bank. Can't trust it. How do I know? Look at the situation that we're in. Can't trust them. And I know we got this way up here spectrum, the country with the red flag and the digital yuan. We got them. And then you got, everybody else down here. I get it. But what makes you think that all the other countries down here, when it suits them, won't start moving up towards the country with the orange, red flag, whatever the thing is? What makes you think that won't happen? And what I say is, why take a chance? Now, here's the other thing. I don't think it's fair I don't think it's right to put a CBDC in the same box with a digital assets white paper. I don't think that's remotely correct because the CBDC is just not a digital asset. And since it's not, I don't think it's going to have the eco that it needs. So let me pull something up here. Let me see, which one is it? Is it this one? Yeah, it's that one. Let me pull this up real quick. So here it is here. This is from Volante, Ripple partner. Is Fed now, this is from the chief marketing officer at Volante Technologies, apparently. Is Fed now a CBDC? Other questions to answer. Is Fed now a CBDC? And what even is a CBDC in the freaking first place? As discussions around central bank digital currencies continue to gain momentum, it's important to address any confusion or misconception between CBDCs and payment systems, such as the Federal Reserve's recently launched FedNow service. And this article will explain, so they're saying that that's a payment system. We'll explain what CBDCs are and how they differ from and relate to FedNow, and how these innovations contribute to the evolving payments landscape. All right. CBDCs are exactly what they sound like: a digital form of currency issued and regulated by a country's central bank and backed by its government. The value of a CBDC is tied to the value of the fiat currency issued by that central bank, meaning it typically has a one-to-one conversion. There are two primary purposes of a CBDC right now. General purpose are designed to be used by the general public and businesses and have the same value and legal status as a country's fiat currency. General purpose CBDCs can use for a range of everyday transactions, such as purchases, blah, blah, blah. Wholesale CBDCs are primarily intended for use in wholesale financial markets and for transactions. Are CBDCs a cryptocurrency? Digital assets generally come, or cryptocurrencies come, with a white paper. Although CBDCs are a form of digital currency, they are not a cryptocurrency. Compared to cryptocurrencies, CBDCs are centralized, meaning they're issued and regulated by a monetary authority. In this case, a country's government. They're also considered legal tender and hold the same status as any traditional fiat currency issued by central bank. Finally, by virtue of the fact that CBDCs are based on fiat, they're far less volatile than cryptos, whose value is determined by market forces and speculative activity. While both CBDCs and cryptos have their advantages and disadvantages, the general consensus is that they are two different things with different implications for the economy and society as a whole. On the left, central bank digital currencies. On the right, crypto. Central bank digital currency issued by central banks backed by governments. Central bank digital currency uses permission, in other words, private blockchains. Central bank digital currencies are centralized and strictly related. Crypto, issued by decentralized networks or individuals, uses permission public blockchains, decentralized and loosely regulated, volatile. Examples include Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And he's interesting here, he says, or they write, cryptocurrencies and other decentralized blockchain-based forms of payments continue to gain traction for a variety of reasons, including their ability to protect private funds, send aid to marginalized groups, right? Introduce reliable digital payment options in regions without existing or trust in government. Without existing systems or trust in government. He's talking about cryptos. This is what cryptocurrencies offer. Earlier, they pointed out that the CBDC is not a crypto. The decentralized nature of cryptocurrency has also accelerated innovation in cross-border payments. For example, Ripple, a real-time gross settlement system, has successfully built a global payment ecosystem with the XRP cryptocurrency at its core. They go on to say, and I got to add it, they're saying here, CBDs not only benefit consumers, but they benefit central banks. With increased traceability comes reduced risk of money laundering. CBDCs enable central banks to compete with private sector offerings by providing a wide array of services to consumers, including a more stable, secure alternative to crypto. There's a cost-saving incentive to CBDCs, as electronic payments are less expensive to process, both for governments and financial institutions, than paper-based payments. It's important to note that while CBDCs offer a great many benefits, they also have perceived downside. Some parties have expressed concern that because CBDCs are centrally controlled, they could lead to increased government oversight and erode citizens' to right to privacy. It's worth noting that some of the earliest implementation of CBDCs have been in jurisdictions where individual privacy rights are not strongly protected. So should we be good with the CBDC? Because here in the United States, we can vote people out. We can get to the streets. We can do things that we know that the 3-letter alphabet people don't like. But what about in the places where they can't so much do that? What about those people in those places? Right? I know like this nation's priorities, right? National security, right? That's a big priority. Here's the other priority. They don't want people running in the streets protesting. That's not a great look. They hate it. It's a priority. It's a priority because they ultimately know they're just an uprising or so away from not being in position anymore to do whatever 3-letter people do. But that's here. That's here. That's not the case in other nations. Right? That's not the case in other nations. So let me read that one again. It's worth noting that some of the earliest implementation of CBDCs have been in jurisdictions where individual privacy rights are not strongly protected. That's a concern. Fed now versus CBDC. What's the difference? There's been some confusion recently around the relationship between Fed and CBDCs, with some wondering whether Fed now is a CBDC. To cut right to the chase, Fed now is not a CBDC. No, it's not. And the two are fundamentally different. CBDCs are not a payment mechanism, but rather a form of currency and a digital means of storing value. Fed now, however, is a payment mechanism. We get that. The challenges and opportunities there. So I just wanted to kind of bring that to your attention, because my experience has been that when you're dealing with centralized government agencies, you ever heard of that saying, pray, what is the saying? Pray, hope for the best, but pray, pray, but pray, you know what I mean? It's the hope and prayer thing. I forget what it is exactly. Legendary says Davidson needs to get that legislation passed. We need a crypto bill of rights. Yeah, that's a great point. Who said that? That's a great point. Joanne Berry, what's going on? She said, Joanne is here. What's going on, Joanne? Appreciate you checking in. Is this your first time checking into the crypto seed, Joanne? What is it? Hope for the best and plan for the worst. There it is. Thank you, Keelis. Right? So you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my thing. Now, Dano says, look, CBDCs is the crypto of the masses. It's gonna happen. I don't know what they kind of talking about, this digital dollar, and what is the digital dollar project really about? Oh, appreciate you checking in, Joanne. Where are you checking in from? Right? I don't know what it's all about, really. Digital dollar. Look. I think Warren Davidson is sounding the alarm because he understands how ultimately governments work. And I think it's important to note in that tweet, did you guys see the tweet? He mentioned the Federal Reserve, Ripple, and consensus in the same tweet. Don't get behind the Federal Reserve and their CBDC thing. Don't get behind Ripple and their CBDC thing. and don't get behind consensus in their CBDC thing. Right? Well, I appreciate you being here, Joanne. Right? So I agree with Warren Davidson. Now, I don't agree with him about I agree. I think CBDCs are evil. You know, he could personally not like something, like he personally doesn't like Ripple. I told you that's been my one point of contention with Ripple, the company, right? I did a video, is Ripple for us or against us? The video was about the fact that they're taking the lead on this infrastructure for CBDCs. And I get it. They got to answer to shareholders, right? And Ripple kind of like, they want to be able to provide infrastructure for whatever direction the digital asset space is moving. That's their model. So in any case, that's kind of where I am on that. I don't know. I think there's things you can probably do in a CBDC, but here's the thing that I know. If it's going to be from the central banks, if it's going to be government led and charged, is going to be a backdoor. Just like Optimism and Arbitrum and maybe ZKEVM, if that's considered a layer 2, I don't know. It's going to be a backdoor, family. Just know it. And just also know that other nations, central banks and or governments, they ain't going to even need a backdoor. They're just going to, again, we all, all 99 nations may be like this in terms of, privacy and we all know that, that other nation over there with the red, where the red thing is up here, right? They're already policing. They're already, putting some stuff on the people already with the CBDC already. I get it. They're already doing it. And you may say your country and your nation's here. What happens when they start creeping? What happens when they start creeping? And what happens if that the company that you have a certain affection for provided that infrastructure for that thing? Are you going to be good with that? All they did is provide the infrastructure. Are you going to be good with that? James at the water cooler was good, my guy. How you doing? Hope family and you are well. We're doing great, bro. Appreciate you being. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great as well, my friend. Legendary. Ripple is working with anyone who has control of the money. 100%. 100%. That's what they're doing. This is my challenge with these content creators. They're always screaming from the rooftop about Ripple is doing. I got news for you. You are not Ripple's main concern. Like the XRP holder is not Ripple Labs' main concern. Their shareholders first, their employees second, and hopefully we're third. Hopefully. I don't know. He called out consensus, Rodwell Nobrega. Rodwell says Davidson is probably for Ethereum. I don't know. He called out consensus on a tweet. He lumped the consensus in together in terms of CBDCs. He lumped in consensus, the Federal Reserve, and Ripple into the same basket. Yeah, he did. He sure did. So guys, listen, I'm going to talk a little bit about PlayThat. What do you know about PlayThat, fam? What do you know about freaking PlayThat? What do you know? Interesting thing, the token is PLA. I remember there was a PLA way back in the day. Do you guys know of PlayThat? I'm looking into PlayThat. From a token perspective, I don't know. We'll have to take a look at it and see. Nope, have no idea about PlayThat. Love it. As long as they take care of XRP, I don't care what Ripple thinks of me. Yeah, I hear you, right? As long as they take care of XRP, but just know XRP, that's their priority, baby. You make no mistake about that. But they ain't concerned about whether or not we want privacy. They're not concerned with that. Just understand that. They ain't concerned. They got shareholders there in answer to, baby. They got shareholders. I listened to a very, very good interview with my guy, Darren Moore. He did an interview with Mark Yusko, and he was speaking to the ills of XRP and Ripple. And I was like, Ripple's biggest mistake, in my humble opinion, is they had the devs working for them. And maybe that was the devs' mistake. Right? Remember, David Schwartz was an employee, and then all of a sudden, David Schwartz was not an employee. He was kind of like a, just a dude hanging around hoping to make the ledger back. You guys remember that? I remember that. So this is PlayThat. PlayThat's very interesting. Build, redefine, and experience a new era of Web3. They have a token called PLA, and they're kind of like trying to be the infrastructure for Web 2 to Web 3 NFTs and different things like that. They got an interesting YouTube channel. The token is PLA. It's interesting. Let me do this a little about us. PlayThat. We're not just dreaming of the future, we're building it. Learn about us and see how we're doing, how we are working to redefine and experience a new era of Web3. Interesting stuff. What we do. PlayThat is a company with an impressive Web3 eco, offering a unique lineup of products and services. Since launching in 2017, we've worked hard to earn a reputation as one of the most respected. Okay, cool. We're builders. We're also proud to have been the former number one NFT marketplace on the Polygon network, as we've been pioneers in NFT interoperability, allowing our players to use their PLAYZ NFT in a variety within our ecosystem. Okay, we take pride in achievements. Cool. From Web 2 to Web 3. Second is about our SDK, which has helped companies transition from Web 2 to Web 3. We're proud to have partnered with some major players. The Korean bank, Korea's largest bank, Samsung, for the metaverse project of Everland. Mom's Touch, a major player in F&B, and other notable organizations. We're here to stay. Third, our utility token, PLA, is the only one in the region that is listed on all major central exchanges, such as Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken. To sum it up, PlayThat is all about innovation and creativity. Our mission is to build and create the most fun and exciting stuff. It's basically infrastructure for NFT Web 2 to Web 3 games. They have their own token. It's interesting stuff. So what they allow you to do is the stuff that the crypto and the shields and the swords and the arms and all that stuff. To take it to a marketplace, you have a marketplace to get rid of it, which is cool, right? It's very, very, very cool. Let me see what I want to see here. C2C marketplace, metaverse, Web3 games. Let's see where I want to go. Let's go Web3 games. Tournaments, Web3 mini game platform. You can visit tournament.playthat.com. Closed game service. What does that mean? Is it down or is it closed? What does that mean? Closed game service. The reason why I ask is I remember this no longer being available to play. All right. So I think these are no longer available. Crypto Dozer, arcade style game where players aim to collect a variety of dolls with worth 16 cents to a multiple prize of 11,000 with a simple to learn game plan. Okay, cool. March 7th, 2019. Dozo Bird. I was trying to find Along with Gods, but apparently it's no longer a deal. Home Run Challenge. Interesting. And I think that's the latest game they got, Web3 wise. PlayThat. Everland Resort. Interesting. All right. So PlayThat has partnered with Samsung to create Metaverse Virtual World. Samsung. And the PLA token is available in the Samsung blockchain for stuff. I think that's interesting. Which will be the first ever metaverse experience of a theme park based on the largest theme park in South Korea. Everland Resort, the experience will allow users to explore the theme park and engage in several exciting activities. So there it is there. PlayThat land on Roblox. So anyway, there it is there. And it's the PLA tokens, right? You can go here to CoinGecko and you can search PLA. I used to own PLA. There was another PLA and it just went to zero. It just went to zero. I don't, you know, let me do this. PlayThat. Check it out. Do your homework. Let me go here. PLA. I'm trying to search. PlayThat. There it is right there. Number 246 on CoinGecko. Interesting. Is up 4.4%. Interesting. It's trading at 18.5 cents currently. It's on Ethereum and is on Polygon. Really love that it is on Polygon. All-time high is $3.74. All-time low is 9 cents. So it's at 18 cents now. When I look at the chart, it's not bad. It is down 59% on the year. And 18 cents to $3.74 is not bad. What's that? Probably 30 something, 30x. But it's PlayThat.io, PlayThat.io if you want to go check it out. I checked out their Twitter. It's pretty engaging, which is interesting. They got a Facebook page. I don't think the Facebook page, I checked it out. It's not that great. And they have a Discord as well. But do your homework, do your due diligence on it. That's a token that I was looking at from a gaming perspective. I wanted to kind of go into there and see, okay, what is this about? So I went there, PlayThat.io. Tell me what you guys think about it. 95% down from the all-time high. Where are we at? And let me share the other one that I wanted to share with you guys. Another gaming token is this Galaxy Fight Club. Now, Galaxy Fight Club, I found out about because I went here to play-to-earn.net, play-to-earn.net, and I wanted to check out the top coins. What's going on? Tell me more. Tell me more. And so I went here, the top play-to-earn crypto games. And Galaxy Fight Club was up here because it's in beta. I found it's on Android, it's on Windows, and it's on iOS. I find that to be very interesting. The blockchain it is on is Polygon and Ethereum. I also really like that. And this, it's a Shiba Eternity. I didn't even know they had a game. Shiba had a game. But you can see here, NFT, yes, for Galaxy Fight Club. Free to play, yes, it's free to play. Play to earn, yep, NFT and crypto, right? NFT and crypto. I try to look for the ones that have NFT and crypto in them. But this is play-to-earn.net. So I figured I'd go check out Galaxy Fight Club. So I went to the site, and interesting that you can play it on your Mac or your PC. I find that to be interesting. For sure, I played with it on my phone. It worked really, really well. And it's in beta. It's not alpha, right? It's beta. And I played it on my phone. Really, really smooth. You can earn crypto. You can earn the PLO token. And it's the Galaxy Fight Club. You can take, it's cross-chain. The first cross IPPV game for the NFT universe. Interesting. So I think I went here. Here's the Galaxy Fight Club. Here, let me pull this down. Now, I don't like these things here, but in the world of being able to take your NFT and play in other places on other blockchains. You don't have to play with this looking thing. You can play with other things, which is what I really like. You can play with your own avatar, with your own NFT. Maybe you got the Bored Ape Yacht. Maybe you got something from Ape Club. Maybe you got something from freaking Sheeb, right? That's the world we're living in now. You can take those NFTs with you. So it's the first cross IP PvP game for the NFT universe. And of course, they got a white paper here. Explore. They have a coin associated with this, and it's the G coin. I find that to be fascinating as well. You can buy your NFTs on OpenSea, LooksRare, and Blur. It's an interesting thing. Again, what I like that it's on Polygon. I like that you can play it on mobile and on your phone. I think that, if I'm not playing the game, but I think young kids will play the game, and I think they will enjoy the game. I think that's an interesting NFT for a home run contest. Like, that's an interesting NFT for a home run contest, but there it is there. And then there's some other stuff here. YGG, what I think is Yield Guild Guide C, Yield Guild Guide, I think. The Galaxy Fight Club there, okay? Battle and run rewards. No matter which NFT collection you own, or even if you don't own any NFTs at the moment, you can participate in the Galaxy Fight Club to play and earn. Players that win 3 versus 3 team matches will have a chance of winning silver key fragments, which can be combined in loot boxes. Okay, that is awesome. Earn the G coin along the way, right? And the fact that it's YGG, which is very, very popular for trying to get people to win some money, is huge. And talk about the partners. Illuvium as a partner is massive, because Illuvium is big time, next level. And there it is there. What makes us special? Why do you call yourselves the Super Smash Brothers of, what does cross IP mean? Cross IP stands for intellectual property. It means bringing together the brands from different franchises together onto one single platform or game. In the Super Smash Brothers, they have Super Mario, they have Pokemon, and others in the NFT universe. You have BAYC, Bored Ape Yacht Club, CyberKongs, and NFT projects. So anyway, I looked at this one as well. And again, I did put it on the phone to play with it. It was interesting. I do like it as on Polygon, which I think is really, really cool. So I don't know, are we going to get that? Are we going to get to the place where crypto in games is just an everyday thing? People are used to it. People are expecting to earn some crypto. I think so. But I think you have to be both on mobile and PC. I don't think you can be on just one to make it happen. Yeah, it's very, 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 very interesting. So anyway, I want to share that with you guys. Let me go find my thing. Those are two. I'm going to go over the Launchpad tokens on the next stream. See, get your sweater ready. Tomorrow we're going down to 90. Whoa, really? Sorry, off topic, but I had to throw it out there. Whoa, that's crazy. That's right, Darcy, and that's correct 100%. So there it is, guys. I wanted to share those two with you. Tomorrow's live stream, I'm going to talk about a couple of launch pads, Trust Swap, and is it Decubate, Decubate? And talk about these launch pads and these tokens. Because my question for you guys is, do you try to get on the IDO, try to get in on the IDO of a project, or do you get the tokens of these launch pads? When I look at some of the tokens in these launch pads, it's tremendous what they've done. So we're going to go over Trust Swap Launchpad. We're going to go over Decubate or Decubate Launchpad. Something to think about. Legendary says, if they make it worth my time, I'd love to play video games all day. And that's the interesting thing too, is because during the bull market, if you're playing during the bear, what's going to happen in the bull, right? You're playing during the bear, and then what happens in the bull? You got the tokens, you earned them, right? But the same can be said for the Launchpad tokens. Both Decubate and TrustSwap have their own tokens as well. And what they do is they're a Launchpad platform. So companies looking to launch their project, these Launchpads are providing everything for them, staking for the project, NFTs for the like a game plan to launch their project. It's a very ingenious concept. Okay, you're going to launch. We're going to give. It's like Ripple providing infrastructure. It's the same kind of thing. The Launchpads are doing it. It's basically, okay, you ready to launch? Okay, here's 10 things you can use our platform. You can get your thing launched. And what they do is promote your projects, promote the launches and all of that. Not in advertising dollars, but so much, but is in on the socials, on Twitter and on Instagram and on whatever, promoting your project. And now you got to pay to get that done. But hey, if you, as a project, if you can just have that done, you can focus on the project and not have to worry about that. It's an interesting service. And so if that service is available and they have a token, I mean, TrustSwap did massive. I mean, it did great. And if it gets back to its all-time high, it's like 42, 45x to its all-time high. And I'm just thinking bear market accumulation, right, for the bull. Because I think these launch pads are going to do well. Personally, I think these launch pads will do well during bull markets. And I think that projects kind of like to get going during the bull, right? They want to kind of launch during the bull season. But we'll go over those tomorrow. Guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you being here today and being here tonight for sure. Joanne, new to the channel. Joanne, I appreciate you checking in. Government can take it away. Is exactly right. This is what I'm saying. The governments have a back door. I saw a couple of content creators asking, why does Ethereum Layer 2 have back doors? Better question is, how have we existed and continued to live with our nations having back doors? Our nation has back door. It's called the alphabet group. I call them the alphabet group. That's the back door. Is there something that they don't like? If you don't believe me, just check out the ills of Hawaii right now. All right, guys, look, I'm gonna head on out here, man. It's been a really, really cool hang. I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here today. Joanne, I know Joanne's like darn politicians. Exactly. Keyless, I appreciate you being here. Yes, finally the YouTube count is going up. See, maybe that channel banning is over. Hopefully, I think it has a lot to do with the YouTube shorts that I have been doing lately, Keyless, but I hope you're right. Thank you for noticing that. Legendary and Keyless, Joanne, I thank you so much for being here. Darcy, thanks for hanging out. Legendary, thanks for checking in, my guy. James at the water cooler, it's been a minute. I appreciate you being here. Rodwell, Nobrega, I appreciate you being here as well. It's been a really, Dan O, it's been a really, really cool hang. It's been great to see each and every one of you. If I forget anybody, I said Legendary, I said Darcy, Keyless. Oh, Pookie, appreciate you being here, my friend. Big John was first in the building. I appreciate you checking in, my guy. As always, listen, guys, I'm going to end this live stream. I could do all my live streams and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. The battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.